let's talk about echo and print. These are two functions that allow us to actually put the output into an HTML page, for example, or text. What it does, or what they do, is they actually just output text, straight text. So if we think in terms of everything is dealing with text, or you're dealing with information, really even numbers are really just characters, basically. Now, in the computer programming world, of course, it's more complex than that. But when you echo and print something, you're really just sending that output. You're not really sending it to the browser. You're not really doing that. This eventually goes to the browser. But this particular web page is constructed at the server side, and then it's sent to the browser. So print doesn't actually print anything like if you were to put up a message box in Flash ActionScript, for example. It's not immediate. But it is, and they are essentially the same. It is very easy. So echo and print are very much the same. The only difference is really the timing. Now, print can also return a value. It's a function that returns a value. Not important. Really, it depends on what you need to do, but that's really a difference. Echo and print are two different ways to actually output text. They work very similarly. They have some differences. Echo is going to be a bit faster than print, slightly faster. People have timed it, and echo has come out on top. So you can look in scripting basics, echo, and then print. They're on separate a little bit there, but alphabetical. Now we'll look at the echo function. Now we have to scroll down here. It's put in that text there, and we can see different ways that we can actually echo this out. So echo, the word echo, it's going to be blue or whatever color your text editor is going to display. And then you can see within the quotes, we use double quotes here, and semicolon to end a line. You can see that on one line, we could just put some text here. We put the bold tag, the end bold tag, and a couple of hard breaks here. It doesn't matter if you use capitals or lowercase. This is going to put straight HTML right into that section. Now you do notice that we have multiple lines now. If we look at the design view, that's really all where it is, but it's going to output that text right there in that part of the code, and then it's going to make this table larger depending on what it needs to. You can have days worth of code to scroll there, and it would just say, this is the first part, and this is the second part, like the header and the footer, for example. All right, so the second line, hello world, standard hello world that you have in your examples. There's no bold tag here, but that's going to get output next. Notice that these two hard breaks in HTML are very important to actually process that nicely. Those hard breaks are taken literally. If we didn't have them there, then the text would just jump on top of each other. And we're looking at echo. There we go. In most cases, echo will be faster than print. That's what I mentioned. But notice that no longer we have those breaks there. And just keep that in mind when you're formatting your output. It really is up to you to format your HTML as you need to. And there you go. You get it back. So we'll continue. Now this is another way. This is a multi-line. This is going to span multiple lines. Notice there's no end quote and there's no semicolon. This works any way you want to. So you can put as much text as you want to. When you're done, put the end quote and then the semicolon. So now you see why that semicolon is so very, very important. That is all treated really essentially as one line. Straight if it was right across. But it gets hard to read it in your editor, so you want to make it very readable, so you put it on multiple lines. Here we echo 3 hard breaks. So these are all acting one after the other. So it's like if it was just one straight line of text, but you put your HTML processing in there. And then here we have some more processing, but this span is using hard breaks. Let's see the difference between this one and the one where we have hard breaks. Straight formatted like a paragraph. Continues over. If this was a wider table, it would just keep extending without wrapping. And there we have our breaks. Of course, you can use word wrap in your HTML as well. And you can see we can do all kinds of things. We can output text. It doesn't have to be HTML either, even though HTML is text. All right. So now, we've seen a lot already so far, but look at this. Now you can put variables into your echoes. So if you want to pass out that variable, you're using it, you assigned it, now you want to pass it out, well, do whatever you want to. Text, numbers, booleans, whatever. When you output it, $again, foo, it's taken as a variable there. It's not taken literally. We'll look at escaping things and how we can have this $ be taken as a $ and not the $ part of a variable. So that's how you would do it. So we can just pause a little bit just so we can catch our breath and see exactly what we're doing now. What we're doing is putting that variable into that string. It's like another template within a template. This is going to print something out. It gets up to this point, then it processes this variable and fills in the blank with whatever that value is. Let's take a look at that. It should say hi world. And that's exactly what it does. Foo is hi world right after that. So it's all processing our data for us, nice and neat. Same thing with hello, $ hello. Very easy. Now, that's double quotes. Single quotes, they work differently. You do have to keep that in mind. They're going to print the variable name, not the value. So if we use single quotes, that's where it's going to be taken literally as a $. And we can see that right down here, $ hello. Exactly as it's taken. We're up here, it's going to pass that value out, as you can see. So that's the difference. Single quotes going to be letting us take it literally. Now you can also comma separate this list. I do that a lot here in the training. So comma separate things if it makes it easier for you. If you're doing a lot with tables and arrays and data, you can just comma separate it. There's no space that's placed in there. They're going to be placed one after the other, but everything's not going to be in quotes, and it makes it very easy. So this is important. We'll see this a lot, comma separating our values. And you can do that here. See single quotes that we have here. Single quotes, double quotes. Depends on what you need. And that's going to output this quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. All one after the other. There we go. And then the next line, again and again. It's only on the next line because of that break. So you get the idea. Very nice, very handy. I really, really like that. So all the functionality that you can do there. And we'll look at the print and see that it looks the same, except that we're actually dealing with the print statement here. And everything here is the same. A little bit more information on php.net if you really want to get into the details. Like I said, echo doesn't return a value, which is not important at the moment to talk about. Now, you cannot use comma separated lists of variables with print. That's another difference. So you have to use echo. These are going to generate errors. If you uncomment them and try to execute them, they're going to give you errors. Just keep that in mind. But for the most part, that's echo and print.